Yeehaw!
Curry, as you know, has been on injured reserve.
At the barn, things are getting tougher as the road's getting shorter.
Bonnie got back last night. The vet said for the next 4 weeks, can't do any maneuvers, only walk, jog low.
And the clock is ticking.
Finding this early is huge.
But with injuries and setbacks, it's anyone's guess.
The NRHA Futurity is considered the Super Bowl of reining. But once it ends, next year's competition begins. I've got 1 year to train and pick 3 horses.
Matt Mills has 1 year to pick 3 horses out of the top 5 contenders in his barn.
This is the road to the Futurity.
The show season is starting, and it's time for Matt's prospects to prove themselves. Partner, Carmine, Bonnie, Peaches, and Curry. The 5 prospects are still in the running for the Futurity, and the training won't stop, but only 3 will make it. And the upcoming shows will set apart the good from the great.
So with all these Futurity horses, it's a projection on what you're going to do with them all year. You can't make plans because they're all going to be at different points in their training, health issues, stuff like that. Knock on wood, we don't want health issues. But looking ahead, what I'm going to do early this year is events like the Cactus Classic here in Scottsdale. There's a Mother's Day slide here in Scottsdale. Pretty much from this point forward, any of events, competitions going on here in Scottsdale, which is 30 minutes from our home training base here, those horses are going to come along.
With their first show experience around the corner, the training continues at Ruckman Ranch with Peaches and Chiago.
Been riding her a lot on the snaffle the last few days. I like going back and forth. You know, I ride them a few days in the bridle, and then I go back to the snaffle and ride them in the snaffle and go back and forth. This is just a little correctional. You know, it's gonna be the bridle we're gonna go to mostly, like from now to when we show, so.
Heading out to the arena, Chiago is still focused on getting Peaches lighter in the bridle.
So, you know, with Peaches, before I got on her, I was thinking about using a correction on her, and then I ended up putting a snaffle on her, which, you know, I go back and forth, and it was actually a good thing. The work I'm doing on getting her soft, and that's my main goal with her. It was my main goal with her this last week, and I'm gonna continue to do that. I think it's important for that mare. So I do a lot of, when I start her right here to the side, she is so stiff that if I don't get her really supple to the sides right now, she's not gonna give her head straight back. So you can see, like now, like compared to last week, how much more relaxed she is here on the withers. The reason why I wanna get her soft, she's a small mare, she's kind of petite. I think she gets to use her back a little bit more. It's just gonna help her. She's not gonna rely so much on her hind legs and front legs. She can, you know, spin better and lope better if she's starting to learn to pick her back up.
Peaches is finally starting to lighten up a bit, but the jury still remains out on whether or not she will remain a contender.
You know, the last few days with Carmine have been unbelievable, honestly. Like, I'm kind of a little worried, like what, you know, when's the other shoe gonna drop? He's felt awesome. Whoa. Wow. That was damn good. Been trying to find things that will make him a better horse, that aren't related to drilling him and drilling him and drilling him, because physically I don't want to wear him out, and he's doing so well. Woo, don't go off the end. I told him to run all the way. He was going to do it. Whoa. Right now, the only thing that I see getting in this horse's way is testosterone. So, and we really don't want to gild him because he costs a lot of money. You try to tell him that every day.
In order to switch up the training, Matt is using the tactic of tying Carmine in the arena to stand, giving him a break and plenty of time to think. But aside from his testosterone levels, Carmine is coming along extremely well on the athletic side. And because of this, Matt makes great effort to tend to his legs.
Ooh, they're rock hard. I'm gonna have to get them wet. These things are frozen solid. Throwing my trusty ice horse boots on here. Said we wanted to ice Carmine down. This is something I do on pretty much all my horses, but especially the ones that are working hard, particularly the Futurity horses. Throw them in the freezer, and there's no machines that can fail or anything like that. You just slap them on, give them about 20 minutes. Just ice those legs down. Just try to keep the inflammation under control. You know, it's just like you and I, you know, you get a little sore knee or something, ice is the best thing that you can do. And, you know, I just think over the course of the year, it's just like training. The more days, good days you have riding, the more good days you have health-wise, the better your odds are of having a nice, happy horse at the end of this thing. All right, time to exercise Bonnie. She's still on her 4-week off of spinning and sliding, only exercise stuff. And last time I tried to have Lee do it when it was cold and rainy, and I thought she was gonna kill him. I'm gonna exercise her myself. Put a little draw rein on her today with a correctional, just mainly, you know, I can't do maneuvers on her, but I can still work on keeping her soft and keeping her collected. And the big thing with her is she goes from being right in our box, so to speak, of where we want a horse to be, to jumping out of it super, super fast. What the draw rein does with it, you know, it's got the snap on the bridle, and then I run it to the cinch ring, and you can run it wherever you want, but I run it low. It just, when she goes to raise up, it's that snap acts as a pulley, and it just kind of slides, and she gets a little pressure. It's not like a real solid pressure though, that's almost, you know, make a horse that's claustrophobic, they panic and then they want to leave. It slides a little bit until there's a knot that I have there, and at that knot, then it pulls just like a normal bridle ring would pull.
If you look closely, you can see Bonnie throwing her head and fighting Matt with every stride.
I had to speed her up a little. You know, she's wanting to get so squirrely and wanting to jump around. I'm gonna go ahead and use my common sense / horse sense and make the call to just go ahead and lope her a little faster. I think that's probably got to be a heck of a lot easier, the lesser of the two evils, than having her jump around and putting a lot of torque on those front legs. Just simply speeding her up and getting a little energy out of her. That worked right away.
Bonnie's healing up fine, and now back in light training with only a couple weeks left of her rehab. She should be ready in time for the first set of shows.
What a difference a week makes in Arizona though. I'm outside. The track's still not good enough to stop on, but last time it was pouring rain. And shoot, it was even snowing.
Curry, who was looking so good about a week ago, is having trouble cooperating with Matt.
And that time I've asked him 4 or 5 times when I release, I picked up and kind of said, hey, you know, make sure you're paying attention to me, don't be running off. That time I thought, well, let me draw you in the ground, get his attention. I'm gonna play a little reverse psychology with Curry here. Every time I put my hand down, he's kind of wanting to, you know, he's being pretty soft, right here, not bad. For sure, I gotta keep working on that. But every time I let him go, he just starts gaining speed. And I keep telling him, no, don't do it. So I think I'm gonna try something different. I think I'm gonna be the one that says, let's go fast. Because I think just as much as he's thinking about wanting to go fast, I think we can get him to think about wanting to go slow. Let's try that and see what happens. Worst thing is it doesn't work and we'll do something else. Oh. Okay, so right there, I know it didn't look like much, but that was the first moment where I bridled him up a little, released, and he didn't accelerate at all. I think that worked pretty good. And that just kind of came to me. I was like, you know, we keep doing the same thing over and over. He's not really responding. Let's work off of him getting a little tired. You start running around there enough times, and then I start saying, hey, do you want to stay slow? He's thinking, you know what? That's sounding better and better every circle that I make around here. Going slow sounds okay. Hi, I'm Matt Mills, and I am so excited to share with you this new video series that we just finished, all on NRHA reining patterns. We start with a walkthrough. Today I'm gonna walk you through pattern 6, and then we show you how to actually prepare for each pattern. Everyone's actually read the patterns in the NRHA handbook. We're actually gonna show you visually where you should be going slow so you really understand what it is that the judges are looking for. And the other nice thing is, any subscribers to my training video page get a significant discount. So go to mattmillsreining.com and I'll help take you to the winner's circle.
And now, back to the road to the Futurity. It's time to load up the 3-year-olds and head off to their first outing at the Cactus Classic.
Kind of hang out.
So our first field trip with the 3-year-olds, we're down here at the Cactus Classic. It is crazy down here, but these Futurity horses need to get out. So on our first day out here, I'm not going to do any training on them. We lunged them a little bit because we want to take a little energy out so they don't buck us off. And then today we're not going to train. You know, I'm not going to do any maneuvers, no spinning, no stopping. Mainly just want to get them out, see how they react in a different place.
Today is all about exposure for these horses. Sights, sounds, and commotion are what these horses need before they can start showing. It's great experience for these 5 horses, except for Bonnie.
I didn't think you said Bonnie. You did?
I'm sorry. You got yours here though, huh? You thought it was... She was gonna be good. I'm pretty sure Bonnie was good. Yeah, you could see the look in her eye, and she said, Jago, I'm gonna be good, just leave me home.
going to be very interesting getting on Carmine here. He is definitely the one I'm worried about the most, about my safety more than his. Last time I rode him at the ranch, we were filming for this $1 Million Invitational. I ended up having to jump off of him. That's how that day went.
Carmine's been, you know, the highs have been real high and then the lows have been low, you know, when he's wanting to fight and carry on.
Yeah, Lily. Keep your head up, Lily. Western here in a minute. You better watch out for her. Yeah.
And today he felt, you know, just coming into it, I just felt like I've been really pushing this horse all year because he's kind of had this, you know, he's got this big personality and it feels like it's kind of, we're going mano-y-mano.
Carmine is a natural when it comes to maneuvers, but if he can't get his mind under control, Matt and the owners may have to geld him, or he won't even make it to the Futurity. The journey continues for these horses, as any one of them can drop off the list or show their potential. It's not an easy road, but if they make it, they might just make history. There is potential in all 5 of these horses, but this decision is ultimately one man's. Next time on the road to the Futurity. It's the first show of the season, and Matt is taking partner and one other horse to San Francisco to compete at Reining by the Bay.
For parent partner, you know, I felt like I had a really good chance to go out there and do well and possibly win this thing today.
And back home, Matt seeks a remedy to help Curry gain an edge.
It's wanting to hop up instead of just moving his feet. It's all trial and error. You don't know if it's going to work till you try it. He has been riding awesome.
The game is on if the horses can stand the pressure.